Hello, welcome to Tea and Reflections. As well as tea, another great love in my life is mountains. I grew up in the Himalayas and I've climbed various mountains. I've always loved going on holiday to mountainous places. I've been on various treks. And I've also really enjoyed reading stories about mountaineers and finding out about people who've climbed the highest peaks of the world. So today my ears pricked up because quite by chance there were two references today to Mount Everest. One was when I was listening to the news this morning and they were talking about the fact that the Hillary Step has disappeared from very near the top of Mount Everest. The Hillary Step was a rocky outcrop named after Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, who climbed Everest, of course, for the first time in 1953. And they think that this Hillary Step must have been destroyed in the earthquake, but it was only discovered today, or well, in the last few days, that it had disappeared, partly because the area was covered by snow until now. And I gather that the effect of its disappearance is that it will make it a little bit more difficult to get to the top of Everest, and that it will create a bit of a bottleneck very near the top. But I was thinking how strange it was that this should have disappeared a couple of years ago, but it was only really discovered now. And the other reference to Everest was that somebody told me a rather quirky joke today. So the question is, what was the tallest mountain in the world before they discovered Mount Everest? And the answer is Mount Everest. So, in other words, if there's a deep truth about something, it is still true whether or not you've discovered it or not. And this really applies to our lives. There are deep truths about our lives that are true whether or not we have become aware of them. And I was reminded today of a deep truth, which is that you and I and every single human being on the planet have within us the creative energy of the universe, the life force, love, God, whatever you want to call it. That is within every single human being. And that means that we have a deep connection all the time to unconditional love, to creativity, to resilience, to wisdom, to everything that you need right here and right now in this moment. So, just like the discovery of Everest being the tallest mountain, so discovering this deep truth really changes the way that you look at the landscape. That's it for today.